Hi everyone, welcome to Motivation Corner, and this is Mpulukeng. This is your favorite podcast. This is the biggest podcast in Wheatbank, soon to be global. And today, welcome again to the beautiful episode and the new season of our Motivation Corner. So today, guys, I have a great guest, an award-winning businesswoman, a child of God, and a person who sits in a lot of boards and committees. So, guys, I'll welcome her, and she's going to introduce herself briefly. Welcome, Ma, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's an honor actually to be interviewed by you. I'd like to say to the audience, I hope we're going to enjoy this moment together. Thank you. I'm Nomsa Mazibuko, a mother of 3, widowed after 42 years of marriage, and an entrepreneur and a woman of God, and an author.
Yes, an author. I forgot to mention that. Thank you. So, Ma, just give us a little background of where you come from, like your upbringing. You know why? Because sometimes we see people where they are now, but we don't know where they come from, how they grew up, and all that. For me, that is always important because there's someone out there who might be in the same upbringing or background as you are, and they don't know the way out, or they are trying to find themselves. But through your story, they don't have to look far, but through your story, they can find themselves as well. So, can you please take us from your upbringing, your schools that you attended, and everything?
Thank you. I'm born and bred from Middleburg.
Oh,
I'm a person from Middleburg, Mhluzi, and I attended the local schools. Then I went to go to do a teacher's course. The local schools that I went to, Manyano, Mhluzi, Swenyane, Elusindisweni, Sozama High School. Then I went to Buchabelo, a training college for teachers. After teaching, I came back. I worked as a teacher for a few years, 5 years, actually, to mention.
yeah.
After 5 years, I left teaching and I went into private sector, business, and so forth till today.
So, when you say you went into private sector, were you working, or because I'm trying to establish when did the bug for entrepreneurship hit you to where you were like, no, this working thing is not for me, and I just wanna be the employer this time.
Yes.
Yeah, when did it?
The first business that I started was a hairdressing business.
Oh,
That was in 1987, 85, 87.
wow. That's the year I was born, 87. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, then I started that one. And when I left, it was troubling me from the time I was working.
As a teacher.
As an administrator.
Yeah.
I left teaching and I went to work as an administrator for a furniture shop.
Yeah.
And that is where I started doing hairdressing, doing the employees, the staff members, the sales ladies.
Yeah.
Who were going out to sell furniture.
Yeah.
Before they go out, I would comb them, wash them, and then they are ready at the back of the offices. Then the back grew until I said, no, I'm resigning. When I resigned, I went to do a course on hairdressing.
Oh,
I did the course whilst I was still working because I was already planning to start my own business. So I took a leave. During my leave, I went to study to the hairdressing academy to study hairdressing.
okay.
So after being trained, came back to work.
Okay, sorry. We'll have to go back to your upbringing. How was it? Was it poor, or you just had a normal life?
Yes,
Let's just go back
Thank
there a little bit.
I wouldn't say I was poor. Both my parents were teachers.
Okay.
They were teachers at the local schools. The schools that I'm mentioning, there were teachers there.
Okay.
And my mother was specializing mostly on home economics. and my father, English teacher. Emily, they call them, everybody knows them as mistress and teacher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And they pushed us to be better people in education. Because I remember when I said to them, hey, now I want to be a model, not here. You'll do modeling.
Plus, you've got the height, hey? Yeah.
Then they said, you'll do modeling after teaching. Go college.
Okay.
So I went to the college, I became a teacher.
Okay.
Started working as a teacher. Like I said, for 5 years.
Yeah.
Then I decided to leave teaching. When I left teaching, it was during about 1976, 77, during those times. So you would find my comrades and get a class in Lako, usafundisa, hey.
Yeah, the whole 1976 thing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
so forth,
Yeah.
So I thought, and I said,
it's too chaotic for me.
Too chaotic for me. Let me go and do something else.
Okay.
I grew up in a business. As much as they were teachers, they had a business.
Oh.
A family business that started with my grandpa. When he left, my parents took over and so forth and so forth.
So this business thing is in your DNA.
Yeah. During school holidays,
yeah,
my mom would take a leave.
Okay.
Then I would be in the shop.
Oh.
It was a grocery shop.
Okay.
Then I would release her. Then school opens, Mina, I didn't take any break. So I hated it. Because when you come back, my friends would say, hey, I visited so and so, I visited my grandma, I didn't visit anybody, I was in the shop, giving my mom a break.
Yeah.
So I started growing like, if I grew up, I don't want anything to do with business in my life. I don't want to frustrate my children as my parents have frustrated me.
Yeah.
And guess what?
You're frustrating
in my
them.
family, I'm the only one that took over business from my parents.
Yeah.
I mean business. My brother and sister are working, they are professionals. I don't want anything to do with it. But the seed that they planted then,
yeah,
I didn't realize that it will help me in the future.
Yeah.
Because I have been in business since 1985 actually.
Yeah.
Since 1985 till today, I'm self-employed.
Wow.
How many years is that?
It's over 39 years now, I think. Yeah. Yo, Mama, like, the reason I wanted us to go back there is so that, like I said, to establish your upbringing and so we track this thing of being in a business. Where did it come from? And I'm glad that you mentioned that you were working in a business for some reason that also planted. Yeah.
I learned customer service, I learned taking stock, I learned
the patience.
And
Yeah.
everything else.
Oh, all right. Okay, so you saying you were a hairdresser now.
Yes,
after leaving employment.
That, yes.
You started being a hairdresser.
Yes.
And then for how long, and
Wow.
how were you handling money during those times? Because I believe you had bigger plans than a hairdresser itself.
When I started the hairdressing business, I started it from my home. Like this one, I had a 3-bedroom house in Akaville.
Okay.
So I used one of the rooms as a salon.
Wow.
I converted 1 bedroom, put mirrors, put chairs and everything, but there was no base in anything. So I used to take my clients to the bathroom.
Yeah.
They would kneel down in the bathtub.
Yeah.
To make sure that the business goes on. I didn't allow anything to stop me from hindrances. I would go above them.
Yeah.
And so my clients understood, do everything from the room. Then we run through the passage.
Yeah.
Then we rinse and everything, come back and so forth. Then after a few years, it grew from the bedroom. I then bought a Zozo, a shelter, to work from outside now.
Yeah.
But still working from outside, there was no tap, there was no basin.
Yo.
Now the distance of going to the bathtub was longer.
You still did?
I still did.
Oh my God.
So we would work at the back of the house from the shelter. Then when it is time to rinse the chemical, then we run to the house, through the kitchen, to the...
Yeah.
until we reach the...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it continued like that for years. And then thereafter, I wanted to be more professional. And I was busy, busy like busy.
Yeah. What does busy mean to you? What were
Busy
you doing?
means I would get my clients in the morning. I'm no longer going to work. I'm here in the house.
Yeah.
And because I learned from the furniture shop, I learned from home. I had books
Yeah.
where I record each and every client that does hair. I record the client, the date, and the amount, and everything. Then in the evening, I calculate how much I was made today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I go and bank, and so forth. And I would work those hours until 10 o'clock in the evening at my house.
Yeah.
It later became 12 o'clock.
I can imagine during December holidays.
Yes,
Yeah.
you see? So then I thought, no, I must now go and get a space somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I looked for a space in town. I couldn't find an affordable place for me. And almost every shop was a higher price. Then I thought, And to me, when they tell me the rent, I was not accepting the rent as it is. I would take a calculate. Okay, they say 1,500. In 12 months, how much will it be? Hey! Where am I going to get this?
Yeah.
12,500. Oh, 1,000, 15,000. I'd rather look for a place and build my own salon. That is how I started looking for a place now. Went to the municipality, bought myself a site, paid for the site, and I also like reading. Newspapers, everything.
Yeah.
And when I read the newspaper, like the old papers, it was Post, Sunday Post, World. Those are the newspapers that we used to read as black people. Then I would always go to classified area.
Yeah.
Instead of starting at the front of the newspaper, I go to business.
The one that we feel like is boring.
The one that you feel like is boring.
Yeah.
That is where I started the newspaper.
Yeah.
Then I go through, see what is on market, what are they advertising. I saw the colleges that I went to study in Joburg, to further my studies in hairdressing. I saw them from the newspaper. And whatever specials that were there on chemicals, on products. Then one day, when I read the newspaper, I saw that you can get an account for building material. Wow. I cut that paper and I said, I must go here.
Yeah.
So I called them. I saw your advert in the newspaper. Can I get building materials? I said, yes. We are here in Joburg, Nugget Street, and so forth. I took the taxi. Joburg. When I got there, I was excited that I'm going to get material to build a salon.
Yeah.
When I got there, they said, okay, yes, we do supply material, and then you pay us on monthly basis. Do you have a plan so that we can calculate your building material? Plan. But you didn't tell me that I must come with a plan. But how can you build without a plan?
Yeah.
Stupidity.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll come back again.
Yeah.
Back to it. Looking now for a person. Hey, I want to
draw a
build
plan for you. Yeah.
Yeah, can you please help me? Then that person helped me build until it was approved from the municipality. Went back to them with a plan now. And they calculated everything for the salon.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the truck delivered from nail to
the ceiling.
To the ceiling.
Yeah.
Everything was calculated according to the plan. The only thing that I bought in Malahleni was the sand. Because they said, no, sand you can buy. The rest, doors, frames, windows, everything was in one truck. They delivered in one day. Everything. I had to get builders. Build that salon.
Yeah.
That was my first hairdressing business and
professional
my own property,
Yeah. So you bought a land?
I bought a land.
Okay.
I built a salon.
Okay.
And I grew it later in the years. It became an academy. It was a salon. It was a training center for those who want to do hairdressing as a career.
Wow.
So I was just into hairdressing. I thought I was going to be a go-go. Grow up doing hairdressing the way I was passionate about it.
Yeah.
I encouraged the staff that I was working with, hairdressers, to dream about hairstyles. You can't be doing same hairstyles every day. No. Before you sleep, pray. God.
Yeah.
I want new hairstyles. So it will be a homework to go and dream and think, what other ways of doing a hairstyle?
Yeah.
So then that hairstyle will be named after you.
Wow.
If you brought it and you say, okay, I dreamt this, and this is what, then we do it when we like it. Then we take a picture, we advertise it, we tell people there's a picture, that is a Zodwa hairstyle.
Wow.
That is a Tula hairstyle. That is we name the hairstyles after you. If you have 2, 3, Zandile 1, Zandile 2, Zandile 3.
Wow.
And so forth. And I liked overseas magazines for hairdressing. So I was always reading overseas magazines, buying them. It was Black Chicken, Black Beauty. Actually, that is how I named the salon Black Beauty.
Yeah.
I didn't want to name the salon on my name because many people like to say Nomsa Salon, Tandy Salon. Then clients, when they come there, they want Nomsa.
Yeah.
They don't want other hairdressers.
Yeah.
They want the one who's on the wall.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't want to be attached to the salon that I'm the only one who's doing the hair.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Black Beauty. All of us who are working here are suitable to train. To do hairdressing to anybody. So I worked mostly with my students, people that I have trained.
Yeah.
And I employed them after that.
Yeah.
They were doing well. And even the academy itself, that the way it started, it's because parents started to tell my clients, hey, my child didn't get a space, and now he has finished matric, he has finished whatever, but there's no space. Now the whole year he must stay at home. Hey, I wish I could get a place where he can study rather than staying at home and do something else, like hairdressing. And don't you train? I said, no, I'm not training. Unfortunately, I also train somewhere else. Then another parent came.
Then you saw an opportunity.
Then I saw an opportunity. This problem is actually a business opportunity.
Yeah.
Can I really say to people, go to Joburg where I trained when I'm here?
Yeah.
And I'm a qualified teacher. I can train. Oh, no. Parents, training center is here. Went to do manuals for training for students.
Yeah.
I prepared books and everything and everything. And I came up with a book, Black Beauty Academy. And I got the person, the sign writers. Outside it was Black Beauty Hair Salon. I said, can you please add and academy? They went to add
academy. Yeah.
From there we started training people. I advertised in the Sowetan, I advertised in the newspapers, I advertised in all the newspapers. By then I put an advert. Because you remember that I'm a friend of the classified.
Yeah.
I started getting clients from outside the province. Mpumalanga and Nelspruit, the people from Lesotho would come and train. People from Pretoria would come and train. Then, all of a sudden, I need accommodation for these people. Where's the accommodation?
My extra land. Yeah.
So that is why even today I'm in the business of hospitality. It also came by mistake, but the passion grew. Then the hairdressing was big, became almost a national. I started working with Black Like Me, won awards for hairdressing, became a judge. When there are other competitions from other companies, they would ask me to do that and so forth and so forth. And I ended up doing a national diploma on hairdressing.
Wow.
My salon was accredited as a training center. Papers, qualified, recognized. So time went on. One day, I meet a lady from the streets. Hi, how are you? I haven't been seeing you for some time, Mama. Where have you been hiding? This lady says to me, I'm busy training unemployed people. Training unemployed people? For what? He says, I'm training them on curtain making. Oh, to make curtains, yeah. So what do you get those people that you are training? I get them from the labor department.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we go to labor department to look for people who are unemployed to train them. He says, yes. I'll have to go and check if I can train on hairdressing. Guess what? Ask the right question, you get the right answer.
Yeah.
I could have said to that lady, anyway, so
yeah.
But the questions I asked led me to an opportunity.
Yeah.
Within a week's time, I was at the labor department. Knock, knock. Hi, how are you? I'm Nomsa Mazibuko, owner of Black Beauty Salon and I would like to train the unemployed people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Said, you don't train hairdressers. You don't have a training for hairdressers. I said, what are you training on? They said, you do curtain making, dressmaking, computer, marketing. I said, why don't you have hairdressing? We never thought. what about you? No. Look at you. A hairdresser touched your head. Yours. All of you in the office, a hairdresser has baptized you. Even if you can go out of these offices, the people who are on the queue, a hairdresser has baptized them.
Yeah.
Now, how can you say hairdressing is not part of it?
Yeah.
Because people are unemployed. They can learn to do hairdressing, and I can train them. I said, we will see about that, because it's not even in the list of training that we
Or
do.
skills needed.
No skills needed. It was never. I said, please, can you just do a research for me and find out if they can add hairdressing, because I can train them. I left. They said, okay, we'll ask head office and so forth. After a few times, they met with their head office. They discussed, I think, they spoke. Then they called us. I had another lady, and I must tell training Maria in the location. Then they called us. They say, hey, come. Head office is answered. What are they saying? They say, okay, you must give us your profile, give us your. Oh, brought. You must remember that before I went to the Labour Department, because of my passion and this hairdressing thing, I even went to London to attend hairdressing competitions and classes.
As in
1995.
UK. Yes.
I took myself through hairdressing to London and then to America. I had a brother who stays in America. So I started with my business in London. Thereafter, I went to America. When I got to America, I found that my brother, my sister-in-law, has also arranged a training for me. Whilst it was a surprise. And some competitions. Then I went there. I found that I'm going into classes now again, attending. And the lady who owned the college there loved me and said, no, because my brother and sister were staying a little bit far. They have to travel to bring me here. Then this lady said, no, come and stay with me. Can you imagine? Now I'm staying in the boss's house. I'm going with the boss. When he goes to do the rounds, this lady had many salons. And when she goes to the salons, I'm with her. She keeps on introducing me. And then I went through trainings and everything else. It was just then I came back with some certificates from that side. Had something from London, had something from America. When I go to the Labour Department to say, I'm a trainer, I can train them, I had those certificates in my profile. They look at it and they were impressed. Oh, that's good. Come. Just passed. Come. I went to their office with excitement. What? Yeah, you're going to train the unemployed now on hairdressing. Oh! I was thinking of Linville, Akaville, Witbank, and when I signed the contract, no man, where am I going to train? I say, read carefully, read. It says, train the unemployed in the whole province of Mpumalanga. Woo! Jesus! I'm telling you. I was thinking, and God just opened it like. Now I was employing hairdressers, taking hairdressers from their salons, others who were available. Okay, when I will go, I went out to look for places to train.
You had to branch out
I had to branch out now. Now I sent others to go and train in Ermelo with the manual. Others are going to start in Elspeth. Others in, I was just like going everywhere, going to the municipalities, going to councillors saying, in your ward, do you have unemployed people? Can you bring them for training? But they must sign an agreement that they will attend from the first day to the last day. No breakdown, because it's free. The Labour Department is the one that is training them, and the certificates that they're getting are accredited, even accredited by the Labour Department itself. And they approved by manual and everything. So I went out doing that. Then I leave a hairdresser who specializes on chemicals here. Then another one, once this one finishes, another one with braids comes in. Who's going to train them on braids, human hair, plating, doing all this that we're doing now. And so forth. We ended up training about 350 people in the whole province.
Wow.
And so many other places that I didn't reach. The contract came to an end. Then the Labour Department said, let's do one graduation for all of them. So we waited, we told them that there will be a graduation for all of you and so forth. And each time a person finishes, I was able to buy them a startup, chemicals, pieces and so forth to go and get started. So they graduated, all of them. And we gave
Yeah.
And that was it.
So, Mama, I'm gathering out of this that you had a passion for something. Number one, into business, you have to have. There is that passion that will lead you to bigger doors open for you, and then you identified a problem, of which that's the only way to give business. In any other business,
No
you just
problem.
have to identify the problem.
No problem. No business.
And the third one that I'm gathering is that you prepared yourself and accumulated all the necessary equipment for you to excel into this business. So I hope whoever is listening that you are gathering all this for yourself, that you need to, there is a passion in you, and
Try to be as professional.
try to be professional.
Grow into
Yes,
it.
yes.
You can start wenza amarigiriga amanzi, no problem.
Yes.
Uyathunga. Abandaba ngathunga utshekisile, but you can't chekisa for the whole year.
How?
Hey, but 2 dresses, 3 dresses, and the next one might be better. Always grow.
Yeah,
And be
yeah,
better.
yeah. So, yo, Mama,
And that
it's
is
an
that.
incredible story, and
But that is just the beginning, because I was now like feeling like I'm tired of hairdressing.
you felt like you reached your
I've
ceiling.
reached my ceiling in
Yeah.
hairdressing, and so forth and so forth. So one day I was doing a client that was in a hurry in the morning. She comes in and she says, "Hey, angijahile, ngenze masinyane." Uthi ujahile phi? Uthi ngiyokwenza presentation yani. Yabo?
Oh, the right questions.
The right question.
Yeah.
Presentation yani. Now ufanele presenter a correctional service kunani nani. So skills, I'm responsible for skills development of the prisoners. How? You're training prisoners. On what are you training them? Painting, carpentry, or what? Why are you not counting hairdressing? Why? There's no hairdressing.
You always had to find an opportunity to speak about your business.
Yes.
I'm learning that for myself, because most of the time, Mama, we are shy to talk about our passions and the things that we like, and we are even afraid to be asked questions. Now I'm learning. Even myself, whenever I'm with someone, they're telling me a story, I'm like, no, your story is interesting.
What is Matthew 7:7 saying?
Yeah.
Ask.
It shall be given. Yeah.
Knock.
The door shall be open.
Seek.
You shall find.
That's all you should do. Things will happen to you.
So you always have to insert your passion or
Always.
whatever you're doing in a conversation.
Be focused. Know the end in the beginning. Don't allow things to distract you.
Yeah.
So this lady is saying, I'm saying, no. Because it's late now, please, but just to mention when you do presentation that you are also looking into training prisoners on hairdressing. She was laughing. I said, I'm not laughing, please. Please, that should be your closing.
Yeah.
And she left. And guess what? After 2-3 weeks, they called me. She came and said, hey, they say you must come and do a presentation and bring whatever that you have for hairdressing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm there.
Yeah. When favor meets preparedness, opportunity.
I went, they interviewed me. I told them that, yes, we can train them. And everybody needs a job, and it's so easy to start a hairdressing. Everybody needs, you can never run out of clients for hairdressing. People want, when they go to church, they want to do their hair. When they have to go to a wedding, they want to do their hair. Going to school, they must do their hair. Going to work, they must do their hair. Everybody wants to do their hair. That is a skill.
It's a permanent.
It's a skill that is permanent.
Needed, yeah.
I'm going to retire as a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went. Then I went there after a few times. Then they called me again. Okay, come. We have decided to do hairdressing in prison.
Yeah.
Then they started saying, okay, come. And I got the contract.
Yeah.
In my mind again, hey, I'm going to train at Paxton, the prison in Witbank.
Yeah.
I'm going to train in Paxton, maybe in Middleburg, maybe also.
Even after you've trained the whole Mpumalanga, are you still not dreaming big?
No, not a prison.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a prison in Witbank. This is the prison.
Yeah.
And I'm staying in Witbank.
Yeah.
I go there. My mind again, it's limited. Guess what? God says, hey, I'm stretching you. We're not going to train prisoners from Witbank. We are going to train prisoners from the whole province of Mpumalanga.
As you were saying about the prison, yeah.
Yes, so I went to prison.
Yeah.
Or they told me that you are going to train prisoners from the whole province.
Again.
Again.
God is like
Knocking, knock, and doors will be open.
And
Seek.
also, I'm reminded of the scripture says, God will give you exceedingly abundantly above
More than-
all that you could have thought
That is
of.
what happened here.
Yeah.
I was somehow limited. God said, I'm a unlimited God.
Yeah.
I can give you more than what you are expecting, more than what you think of.
Yeah.
That is the abundance. So I've experienced all those things. Then I started preparing now
Yeah.
for the prisons. Then how do I get to the prisons? Here's a list of prisoners. You must arrange with them. The prison that you are going to be talking to and is willing for you to train them, you are free to train. Woo! There I come. I'm meeting now the warders who are responsible for the training in each and every prison.
Yeah.
I'm here, I have these letters from from the province. 1, 2, 3. I was training in the prisons, almost all the prisons of Mpumalanga. And when I get to the prison, the first prison I went to, there was no salon. I said, but unfortunately, it's difficult to do hairdressing without running water, without, you know.
Yeah.
Please, can we just have one room that is specially designed for a hairdressing purpose? Then they said, okay, but we don't have. I said, no, you can just buy a basin, buy mirrors, get chairs. And then the prisoners that did plumbing can come and install.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Those who did carpentry can come and fix cupboards.
Yeah.
For the station, working station, so we could put our products inside. Then they were happy. Okay, let's do that. So their prisoners started working also. Those who were trained on carpentry.
Yeah.
They did the saloons in the prisons, mirrors. I went out to Joburg. They gave me money. I went to buy all those things. I brought receipts. And the prisons started having saloons because what I sold to them was that it doesn't end with them training here as prisoners.
Yeah, isn't
But
they're here to be
the
corrected?
warders,
Yeah.
the warders can come and do their hair right here at the premises.
Yeah.
And then the monies that they are paying, they can put aside for the prisoners. So that the day of Pumala, he has some money to get started outside.
Yeah.
So they bought that idea. Said, that's good. We're not going to do our hair for free. Not as prisoners, we must pay. So I started going into prison to prison. The staff, the hairdressers. Actually, it's very important to think big and be a rainmaker. When we are a tree, who benefits from you more? Those around you.
Yeah.
So I benefited a lot of other hairdressers to go and work in different prisons to train, and I would come in, motivate the prisoners, because it will start with me to give them the overview.
Yeah.
Then after me, then the hairdresser comes in, who's going to train them on chemicals, SKL, PEM. We did PEM on those days.
Yeah.
Relaxing and so forth. Then later, one who's coming with the braids comes in. Then to close, I come in again. How was the course, the studies, and another oomph. I give them, I inspire them, give them messages. Then we leave the prison. They get graduated. We have meals. They dress up, then they wear. I'm dressmaker now.
Yeah.
Now
their heads are done.
Yeah, because the makeup is here. Now they have makeup, they have hairstyles, they have all these things. Now they are going to be having their lunch, okay, knife, and it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
To have that moment with the different prisoners.
Yeah.
Abasiba ready to go home. Not the violent one.
Yeah.
So we are those who are ready, who are to be in prison. So that is my hairdressing life.
The journey.
And which I enjoyed so much.
Yeah.
At the back, I've reached a ceiling. What else can I do in hairdressing? Then South Africa, boom, 1994, New South Africa. New South Africa. Big business is linking with small business. Big business. Hairdressing, you're linking with big business. I must start something else.
Wow.
Then I started a cleaning company, so that I can be linked to the big business. Because as a salon to big business, but then you figure, I want your employees to come and do their hair at Black Beauty.
Yeah.
Man, it doesn't sound
it's not. It's not giving.
Okay,
yeah.
Stop orders. Get hairdressing. Don't see money every month when there's a edit. you clean them.
So before we go to the cleaning company, just in few words, the things that you learned and you like to impart to whoever is owning a hairdressing salon, what can you say to them? Like just few motivational words for them.
It's very important to solve a problem. If there is a problem in your community, if there is a problem of going far from where people are staying, we are a hairdresser, limit them from traveling and say, I'm next door, I'm here in this community. Start something. Start with your family, start with your neighbors. Start something from where you are. Don't say, I can't because. There are so many people who are stuck with because. I can't do this because my parents. I can't do this because I was raped. I can't do this because I was, because we want people who are going to say, in spite of what I went through, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Let's have more people who are saying, in spite of, rather than having people who are saying because gives you excuses, blames, and you're stuck. So a person who wants to do this can really start to do it. Have a passion, go and visit somebody who's doing hairdressing. Ask that person, if ask me, you might get a good Samaritan. But can I help you? Volunteer. For nothing. I mean, you are walking to that salon. Go and sweep for them. There's Pastor Dennis. Pastor Dennis was a young man, a boy makakula, ahlala ngasesaloon. I used to use him ukuthi asishanelele shampoo izinwele zabantu abafika. Pastor Dennis would shampoo them and we would get money for that. We would be paid over the weekend.
Don't just sit around.
Don't just sit around.
Do nothing.
No. Take yourself to where you like and volunteer. Be a volunteer. And ungagcina so uyi hairdresser. Because ugeze, okay, after shampooing, prepare this. Uyafunda njalo. There's a lady who's doing my nails. Today. I've been doing my nails with her for over 5 years, 7 years. She says she never went to a college. She went to a technician. She would go sit there, spend the day with that lady. I'm looking. And she ended up being a technician herself. She's so good. No training. So now as a hairdresser, you can do that and start small. Then go for training. I mean, each and everything, that business that I've started, many I've started without training. But once I get into it, I want more knowledge. And then I go and train and upgrade myself.
Laziness.
Yes, it's very important to also upgrade your skills as a person. But please, if you have a passion, hairdressing in Nandi food, you don't even have to say, I don't have money. You can start by saying to the person, bring your own hairpiece. When your hands only 150 rands. I brought my own hairpiece, I brought my own water. When you scared, then how can you say, I'm unemployed, I need 350 a government, but you have 2 hands. Take those hands to a workshop. Let those hands do something. I will bless the works of your hands. Your hands are doing nothing. When I go to your hands to only receive 350. You're limiting yourself to 350. And you can go for 350 hairstyle one. If you can do 5 hairstyles in 350.
In one day,
how much do you have? Makeup artist. Can you imagine how much money you are making by just doing makeup?
A lot.
Then you just set an appointment. You go to people's houses. The hairdresser, one place, go to them. What's the one I'm comfortable that you do it. Then you are going to so specialize. I'm a mobile hair salon. I'm a mobile what? I'm a mobile kitchen. Why not have a mobile salon? I mean, the sky is the
limit. Also, Mama, I feel like you are too wise, and especially during those times. What made you the person that the way you're thinking? What helped you to think in a way? Was it the classified section, or you sound like someone who's very sound-minded and always woke? You know the word woke. But very clever.
But for a black person, if you want to hide something, hide it here. I'm a bookworm, and more than that, you get wisdom from God. You pray for it. If you don't have it, ask for it. James 1:6. Ask for wisdom. I will give it to you generously.
So,
imagine?
so when you asked your hairdressers to like, when you before you sleep, pray to God, you really meant it.
I meant it. And I came with the hairstyle.
Yeah.
I also came with the hairstyles. We had hairstyle, we had pictures. Then whenever a client comes, I want a poppy, I want a zodwa, it was those dreams. So pursue, activate your mind, activate your spirit too. It will do. Your spirit will go and do those things that you want. But if you desire nothing, nothing will come to you. Once I start speaking about something, I'm telling you, speak about it, it will come nearer. Before you know it, you have reached that goal. But as long as you say the four guys, we will still die. So why not go and try? The moment they took a step of faith, God supported them. They sounded like a chariot, whereas they were sick, weak, and. Now, don't limit yourself. Let your background not be part of your future.
Yeah.
Don't drag your background to the future. It's in the back. You can't do anything with it. It's there. Leave it there. Yeah. What are you doing today to impact the future? Do you get me?
I get you, Mama.
If people can just think like that and say, I'm going to make it, and to solve problems. Business solves problems. If there is no problem, you have no business. Could imagine I'm running a guest house, I'm solving a problem of travelers. People who are traveling from afar who want to go to another place and say, no, Visit Vakasha is there to help them.
Yeah.
Same applies with the cleaning. Can you stay in a dirty office when?
No.
The cleaning, I took it to a higher level even now.
Yeah.
I didn't just
let's dive into it then. How did it come about?
You know, the cleaning, like I said, I want to be linked to a desire.
Yeah.
Already, there's a desire to say, South Africa is changing. Where am I playing a role in this new South Africa?
Yeah.
And I like to read entrepreneur magazines that are related to me. So when I read and see people are doing this, I said, man, how can I also be linked to a big company? I need to be linked.
Yeah.
Then, as I read, I met another lady through the magazines who was doing a cleaning service in Gauteng. That was my role model. Then I had a client, a black beauty. Always when she comes to speak business with her. Then I said, let's start a cleaning business. And then we can be linked to big business. Yeah. Okay, let's go. We went. Oh, I felt still. So we want to start a cleaning company. Actually, we are a cleaning company. We want to come and do cleaning here, clean your offices. And this guy says, where have you been cleaning before? I said, oh, you can't ask that to a child. So now we clean from the age of 5.
Yeah, our houses or rooms.
That question. Yeah. This guy said, no. I want proper experience. What is proper experience? Actually, you must have cleaned offices. It's different to clean offices. This is commercial, not domestic. Oh, what is the name of your company? We had a lady that made some business cards for us. And the name that we said Clean Earth, we are going to call our company Clean Earth. Yeah. And we gave, said, is it registered? Registered where? He says, you must be registered with the CP, Department of Trade and Industry. How? And we already have business card. Yeah. And this, if this company is already registered with another company, what are you going to do?
Yeah, the name. It's pretty.
Oh, we came back. Registering. Where do we register? Where do we get this? We put 5 names in, and that name, Clean Earth, did it succeed? Because there was
already there.
Oh, and then we had Akona Amakosigas. We wanted to say the presence of women is here now.
Yeah.
Akona Amakosigas. So that was our name. So we wrote Akona. This is Zulu. In case you have to learn, we wrote Akona in English. Acona. We said, okay, Akona Cleaners.
Yeah.
And then we gave. Then the registration went through. The word that passed, the name that passed was Akona. Acona. So we started that cleaning company. So we went back to that guy. Now we have business cards. Now we have the company registered. What are you going to say to stop us now from cleaning? We want to clean.
Yeah.
And this guy said, okay, you say you have never cleaned my offices before. Yes, it's a white guy. Yes, we haven't. And says, do you have a bank account for business. So you must open a bank account. You must do this. You must.
Yes.
Okay. Then they gave us the job at Hairdressing. We were cleaning offices. Hairdressing was the biggest company
In Witbank,
Malahlen.
yeah.
All men worked there. All our husbands. It must be only bus like high fed with you. Libas lamadodethu.
Yeah.
So we broke into that industry, cleaning and commercially. So, and it's an industrial place. We learned, we did, and we were sweeping the roads, they are parking and offices. And from there, we tendered. We got some work with ESCOM. Then we started growing. Then we cleaned ESCOM Park. We cleaned Duva Park Power Station. We cleaned Matla Power Station. We cleaned Kendall Power Station. We cleaned Hendrina Power Station. We cleaned Grill Power Station. You mention all the power stations. I have cleaned them. I went even to Polokwane to clean Matimba Power Station in Polokwane.
Wow.
And we were just growing and growing. We ended up employing the jobs that I have created as an entrepreneur since I've started. It's over 4,000 jobs created.
Wow.
Now, when you take 4,000, each family in Abantabangai.
Maximum 5.
Maximum 5.
No, maybe minimum. Yeah.
One person feeds 5 people.
Yeah.
So our employees, if I've employed 4,000 people, 4,000 times 5 mouths or family members, how much is that? People who have benefited from the entrepreneurship, from what God has given me, that you can be a rainmaker also. And blessing you to be a blessing to others. Leave people better than you found them. That is my logo, my mission as an individual. Wherever I go and pass, people shouldn't be left worse off. People should be left better. And that is only what God... the problem I have...
Yeah.
Sorry, ma. It's people who are demonizing prosperity, but demonizing money.
Yeah.
Prosperity, gold. Money comes from gold. Gold, who created gold? Owenza igolide lakhe wayenza nelitshe lakhe walikupela igolide.
It's God.
Wayenza amalahle wayenza iplatinum. Ukhombeni nathi labantu abenze lezi zinto. All those are treasures belonging to who?
God.
Silver and gold belongs to who?
God.
The whole world, the universe belongs to who?
God.
Now, how can you come here and say it's demon to be prosperous? It's demonic to be prosperous. When Jeremiah 29:11 says, I have good plans for you, plans to prosper you.
Yeah.
Then you have Deuteronomy 8:18, where he says, I have given you power to create wealth. What for? The problem is people, they seek money first instead of seeking God first. Then all these other things that you desire,
shall be added.
You can reach them. You can go to heaven whilst you have made money. You can go to heaven without poverty. You can go to heaven. Now people associate poverty with Christianity. Poverty, and unfortunately we are not going to listen to you. You can continue preaching your gospel of poverty. Good news, the gospel is good news. Poverty is good news or bad news?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it bad news or good news?
No, it's good news.
Poverty.
And God is a good God. It's a good loving God.
Now, why do you refuse good things? And say, no, once you are born again, you must be.
It's lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
And
people
not reading enough of the word of God.
People perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
You will stay poor because of lack of knowledge. God is a God of richness.
Yeah.
God owns everything.
Yeah.
Woo, Jesus.
You're gonna preach now.
I want to preach. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Woo, Jesus. But that really makes me to say people are really playing with gospel.
Yeah.
Gospel didn't come here. He said, I'm poor so that you can be rich. Spiritually and physically.
Yeah.
You can't be just a giant spiritually. Tongues giant spiritually. from the person you demonize. That you demonize.
Yeah.
Why is the church mouse poor? What is poor is what? As a church mouse. Why? The tavern mouse is fat. The ShopRite mouse is fat, but the church mouse
is. So the business grew because I want us now to go to
the guest house.
Yes.
Yeah, it grew, and we're employing all nations. We employed whites, blacks, you name them.
Yeah.
And province to province.
Yeah.
The way cleaning, I didn't limit it to just cleaning offices. We went beyond. When I saw a building in Ayakiwa, I go and approach them. The mall when it was still built, I went there. Can I speak to the manager here? Who's responsible? To the builders. They said, there's no owner of the mall here.
Yeah.
I said, who's responsible for you? Who's looking after you?
Yeah. From there you'll get the person you're looking for. Yeah.
Then they got me to that guy. Then I spoke to this guy. I said, I want to meet the person who's going to be running this mall. How can I get hold of them? And they said, no, they usually come here on Tuesdays and what to come and
inspect.
Said, okay. Then I pursued looking for that person. I couldn't get him. Then I told you about newspapers. I read the weekly news. Hey, the casino, they are going to be employing people who are going to work at the casino.
Yeah.
I said, wow, casino. This is what I've been trying to get hold of. Let me go there. Because I heard that there's going to be a casino, there's going to be a hotel, there's going to be a what. I went to change my flyers, my company flyers. I added the services that we render. We clean offices, we clean hotels, we clean casinos, we clean. I added those things.
Yeah.
By the time they said they're employing, I went there, I found a long queue in those offices that they were hiring then.
Yeah.
A long queue of people. Oh, I joined the queue. I don't want to really clean it, but I want to a company.
Yeah.
Whoops, I have my documents with me.
Yeah.
Entrance. I went there and I said, sorry, sir. How are you? I need to speak to the manager inside. I said, do you have my husband? I said, sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah. And this guy said, okay, just wait. I can quickly go in. Actually, I'm not going to take much time. I just want to give, I think 2 minutes will be enough to speak to her.
Yeah.
But I have to just speak to the manager quickly. And I can see that she's busy or he's busy. This guy said, okay, come. Inside the offices, my computer, color in. Then they took me to the operations manager. I didn't know that it's the operations manager. They took me to the lady. I told her it's a white lady. And she was looking at me. Do we have an appointment? I said, yes and no. I took my stuff out of my, I said, Nomsa Mazibuko. I have a cleaning company. We are cleaning offices around Emalahleni. We are cleaning power stations around Emalahleni. And as we are going to have a casino, I thought it's best to come and give you this so that you know that there is a company that does cleaning. And outside, there's a queue of cleaners. Those should not be coming to you. You can just assign me to deal with the cleaners. Then I'll manage the cleaners. You do casino and gambling. Cleaning, not for you.
I'll take care of it. Wow.
I'll take care of cleaning. And she was like smiling and laughing at me. I said, please call me. There's my numbers and everything. I left on the table. I went out. Now, and I left. 2-3 weeks, I received a call. Is that you, Nomsa? Yes. Well, we're cleaning company. Yes, that's me. Please come and meet our manager. I would like to talk to you. Went there. When you get there, and this guy says, okay, he's having my flyer. I saw your flyer here. So you do cleaning? I said, yes, we do cleaning. And he says, oh, I can see here that you've been cleaning hotels and casinos. Do you have maybe a reference?
What do you say now?
Okay, so yes, sir, I can see that you are looking for a reference, but let me explain to you how we have been cleaning these hotels and casinos. And he says, okay. I said, everything is physical and spiritual. Spiritually, I've cleaned a lot of hotels.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, I've been imagining this hotel and this casino. I've been cleaning it. Now I just need the real thing to do what I've been dreaming about, put it into action. So when I saw that you are bringing a casino, I said, whoa, thank you. Oh, this is my
Manifesting in the
It's
physical.
manifesting. Woo! Because I've been longing to do this. Now that you are here, here am I. They were laughing now. And then this guy, after laughing, is wow, okay. When can you start cleaning? We want to open on this date and that date and da 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 da. So can you do it for us? And they gave me a list of people who were looking for cleaning work. I started calling those people and I added my own people. Come interviews. How's this Nomsa? Hey, when I employed those people in Abashiya.
Yeah.
And we started working in the casino. When it opened, we were there. Akona Cleaners was there. They gave us uniform. They gave us equipment. They gave us everything.
Yeah, detergents, yeah.
Everything we were given by them. Ours was just to bring labor and make a routine because it's 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we had 3 shifts. The first time we had a 3-shift job. And we continued like that. Clean the casino. Later in the years, they had a hotel.
Yeah.
The hotel, find my pamphlet is ready for the hotel. By the time they say hotel, I was like, yeah, am I?
I've been ready.
Then the hotel cleaning, that is the one that gave birth to Visit Vakasha Guest Lodge.
Wow, ma'am.
Yes. That I was shaken kakulu when it came to the hotel.
Yeah.
Wow. I loved what they were doing there. I loved the passion of the guy that was dressing up the hotel.
Yeah.
In preparing the hotel for the guest. For the first time, you know, I said, one day is one day. I must have something like this. The seed was planted. And I said, one day I will have it. But guess what? It took me 10 years to have my first guest house. After that time.
Yeah. So
gradually, I was now buying properties.
Yeah.
Buying properties. In preparation, what am I saying right? I will have that guest house. And with the properties, I had students from the FT who were staying with me.
Yeah.
There was a problem with accommodation for the students.
Yeah.
I solved that problem.
Yeah.
But come and stay here. We no name then, but the students stayed there. Graduating, like others came in until at such time when I said, now I want to convert this place to a guest house. That is 2007. When I took over, students, I'm sorry, go and look for other places. I want now to do a guest house. Hey, Bakala, I'm giving you 3 months. Look for another place, please.
Yeah.
I've worked well with you and Nanking and Anani. I would love to continue, but I want to grow.
Yeah.
Guess what? Yeah. By the time almost the bond say appeal, but the rent and the students.
Wow.
I didn't pay anything for that house.
Yeah.
The students, be straight to the bond. To the bond. And all those years, and I'm going to tell her something I would add. By the time I converted the guest house into the boarding house into a guest house, it was almost paid up. It was paid up.
Yeah.
Then I started a guest house. That was my first guest house. I started with 8 rooms. Grew it from the 8 rooms to 15 rooms to 24 rooms. Bought more properties to 30 rooms. Bought more properties to 50 rooms. Bought more properties. to 80 rooms, 100 rooms, and so forth. That is where we are at this moment. And with the guest house, we do catering. It goes in because we have conference facilities.
Yeah.
We have conference venues that can accommodate 30 people, 50 people, 100 people, 150 people, and so forth. With those conference venues, then people come and book the conference, then we must cater for them. Events, birthdays, weddings, mini weddings, and so forth. We have that venue now that we grew and added as the years went by.
Yeah.
Then with the cleaning, because I stopped, sometime 2010, some ladies approached me. And Nomsa, I would like to get into cleaning, but we don't know how to tender. We don't know how to. I said, okay, let me help you. We did the tender. I did the tender. They said, Diamond, we've never cleaned. Can you be a partner? Okay. So I tendered using my background now, my experience. We got the tender. We worked with those ladies. We worked for 3.5 years at Kusila Power Station.
Wow.
Back to cleaning now. And then when that tender expired, the love for cleaning was provoked and activated again. And now I wanted to continue. I started again tendering for cleaning. I started cleaning again. I was cleaning at Kendall Power Station. I was cleaning at Arnott. Then the catering from the guest house. I started managing kitchens for power stations. So we feed some staff. Mid-rent, college, ESCOM, I had employees, over 140 employees at mid-rent, where we fed thousands of people daily and so forth. Then I got another one, looking for serving people at another power station. We manage their kitchen, we cook breakfast, lunch, and supper. Then we got another one. At the moment, I have another one where we have about 100 employees. We cook for 4,000 people per day.
A day
at that one, the one that we are currently doing. So the sky is the limit, and you cannot say there's no. There are opportunities all around us.
So, Mama, your business experience is very, very long and inspiring. We know that in life, in as much as you had faith like potato, according to that movie, there were times where things couldn't go well.
Always.
How did you survive? What picked you up through those times? Because before we're gonna talk about your book, one of the quote from the movie says, "Keep driving no matter the potholes and the roadblocks." So it means there are potholes. It means there are roadblocks and all those things. So how did you maneuver your way through all those things?
Actually, there's a chapter on my failures and challenges and difficulties.
In this book.
In this book.
Okay.
Because I don't want to speak about good things only.
Yes.
I spoke about the mistakes I've done in business, the challenges. Being scammed. Sometimes you are scammed. I've lost a lot of money in wrong investments and so forth. There's that time. But always I'm encouraged by the dream that Pharaoh had. The dream that Pharaoh had says, for 7 years you're going to have plenty. And for another 7 years you're going to have
drought.
There's going to be drought. So in life, our lives, our lives go through those seasons, even today, all of us. There's good times and bad times in your life.
It's a wheel.
It's a wheel.
Turns,
it just go on as like a circle. Today you are happy, today you are not, today you are not. But knowing that I'm going through this stuff, but I know that the morning comes. Yes, it might be night time now. How do I maneuver now that it is night time? But knowing very well that morning shall come. Nothing is permanent. No problem is permanent. No struggle is permanent. It's a season. It's seasonal. So if it's my winter time, ngena kukukhune winter, ngigqoka izicathulo ezi-right ke, ngigqoka ne-tracksuit, ngikhumulisa ama-clothes, then you get geared for that. Empower yourself, motivate yourself, go to your scriptures and just read books that are related to what you're going through. And from the word, from the authors, how did they go through those things and so forth and so forth. But looking forward, it's going to pass. This too has to pass. It can't be permanent. And flat, but I know that whenever I go down, I will always rise again. That is what I believe in. I
Yeah.
do go down and I do rise again. I do go down, I do rise again.
Yeah.
I've gone through the worst. I've gone through even a stage of saying, now you are liquidating the company. I've gone through that and I've revived and I came back and I worked and, you go through those things, but you just hold on to
the faith of knowing that
you will.
it's not forever.
It's not forever.
But okay, Mama, what I promised myself and is that I would want to ask like practical things, like in your situation, just give us one practical where you've been down and then you like went up again, and I want to find out what did you do during that time, just one incident in your whole business career which we somebody can take from them, because some people, when you say pray, do that, sometimes
Yes,
it's
only.
hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
only.
I remember the past weeks I've been suffering from amnesia. I couldn't sleep.
Yes.
And the night can be long.
Longer.
Very, very long. And you don't know what to do because now everybody's sleeping. You are alone. You on your own. You don't know what to do. So I just want to find out one incident where you went through it and you're like, now I'm going through it, and you bounce back.
Partnership. Sometimes you go through partnership. With the cleaning company, I had a partner, and somewhere along the way we had to part ways. And it wasn't a good experience. It wasn't a good experience in such a way that we parted, and he left, she left, and I started working with the company. But the talks, that company, it's my
Brain.
glad I won't make it. So Lanking pity this company. I'm going to liquidate it and start afresh with a new name, with everything. And the contracts that I had, I gave to the employees that I was working with. I said to them, Nankama contracts, I'm going to talk to the companies. They can continue with you, bring your documents, register a company. They registered their own company. I took them to that company. I said, I'm pulling out, but they are going to be working with you from now on. Then I said to the ladies, you can pay me X amount per month. I went back to an eagle. There are times when an eagle goes away.
Yeah.
You keep
the old feathers, yeah.
You keep isale naked.
Yeah.
Then ishayene peak yayo.
Yeah.
Amazibuko, bleeding and whatever, because it needs a new strength. I was so exhausted and everything. I then stayed at home. I had no business. Those ladies were paying me something. Then, and they reach a stage where they are no longer paying me.
Yeah. Unfaithfulness.
That is when I learned that the cash should never stop flowing in your life. I understand the word cash flow much better. What does it mean to say cash flow? Cash must flow in your life. The moment cash stops flowing, then you are poor, then you are in poverty, then you are in lack, then you can't do anything. I sat there when I was there, sitting, not knowing what to do now, and I had no energy to fight. To say, hey, because the company I gave to them, everything is sitting in their name. If they decide not to pay me now, it's
your loss.
It's up to them. And I went back, God, what else can I do? Reading books, people who rose, who fell, who rose again. And I started listening to motivations, attended courses, motivation courses. I attended a lot of courses trying to prepare myself because I was investing. I always invest.
Yeah.
You save money. So basically, pillar money of investments.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me be a coach. I went for a coaching course in Joburg. Stayed in Joburg, did that. I went to there, wasn't ready for it. What can I do? Let me deal with something. Diamond dealing.
Yeah.
Deal with diamond.
Yeah.
I went to do the course in diamond dealing. I got a certificate and registered. I'm a registered diamond dealer.
Yeah.
I'm malahleni ne-diamond. Because
Yeah.
What can I do now? What can I do now? Then a friend of mine, in the midst of all those things, there's a guest house that is being sold. And we wanted to buy it, but we thought we should have a partner because we might not afford it on our own.
Yeah.
But if we can have 3 people, 4 people, let's go. I said, guest house, my dream, Bonje. I had that dream, a guest house, and which I've left. You know, I went to do that with them. Essentially, very easy next. So we went to do it with them, and they were working full time somewhere. I was the one who's more free. Did calculations and everything. First month, we made no profit. Second month, no profit. Third month, no profit. Then I started looking at everything else. I looked at the rooms of that guest house. Calculated that if we were saying the guest house is full for a month, every day, how much will it make?
Yeah.
And how much are the costs of it? And what is left? Is it enough for 3 people? No, it isn't. I went back to them, I called a meeting. I said, I'm withdrawing. This guest house is not big enough for 3 people.
Yeah.
We can't make it. We will never. Cannot be withdrawn. I left them. So I took my stuff out. I went. Then I said, but I have a property with students. Why don't I start using that?
Yeah.
So I went to go and do that. And then I went to the bank. I want to start a guest house. What do you have? Not much. The property itself, how much are you owing? No, you don't owe. Oh, you have money, Moswana, in this. You have money. You don't owe anything in this property.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that I had money at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most of the time, you want to spend time alone. I spend time alone. I just read, sleep, read.
Yeah.
And listening to other people. My video got Dr. Miles.
Yes.
All the time. About Zig Ziglar, I was listening to them. About David, Dr. David Mulapo.
Yeah.
All those people, I was listening to all those people. And that encouraged me and inspired me. But you know what? I can also do it. I can rise up from these ashes, rising from this pain. I can go out of this cocoon. I can be a better person. Hey, there's still a future for me. And this is not a write-off for me. It was off ramp of some sort. Go and get some knowledge. These problems, they must make you better. They must make you stronger. They must make you wiser. You can choose to be forever morose, forever murmuring, forever blaming. It's a choice. You can go through the same thing. You can be divorced, I can be divorced, but the way I handle, the way I respond to my divorce can be different from yours. When you say mental health, because bakudivosile, same person bamdivosile, we have flourished.
Yeah.
So how you respond to these things and how you take them, it's very important. Do you see a light in that dark place?
Yeah.
Do you see? Don't stay in the dark place all the time. See a way out. 1 Corinthians 10:13, God will make a way for you. And the things that you are going through, they are your size. He won't allow you to be tested beyond, be tempted beyond. Yes. So all tests are my size. Painful as they may be, size yam. And uNkulunkulu will give you a way out. I have started a new thing. Don't you see? Most of us, we don't see the new thing that God is. Sometimes we are having a problem because there are better things that are waiting for you. So it's important. Would you always stop looking backward? Forward ever, backward never. That should be your motto in life. But you know what? I will stumble and fall, but I must rise up. I can't stay there.
Yeah.
I'd rather get crutches. Yes, I will rather get a wheelchair. But I'm going forward, not backward.
Yeah.
Then you will win.
Yo, Mama, we don't have any more time left. And we still have to touch on your book. Okay.
But I've said they will find it in the book because the book is about my life.
It's about your life journey as an entrepreneur. Yeah.
As an entrepreneur.
So when was this book written?
And I work with my children. I have 3 kids. Yeah. I work with them in the business, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to get your children to work with you in business. Yo, abantwana bamanje manje vele bathi everybody has their own dreams. I have my own purpose in life.
Yeah.
Abangitshela basakhula nyana.
Yeah.
Ngithi, come and work with me. Mama, that is your dream. Allow me to have my own dreams and achieve my own, make my own. So it's a difficult thing for black people to get our children on board
to work
with us because we are building these legacies for who?
For them to
But
carry on.
Yes.
Yeah.
But mawune business, abantwana bakho expect ukuthi they must work with you.
Yeah.
And grow it. Now, uma bafuna ukudiversify abathi thina mina ngifuna ukuba yi-photographer.
Uthemba.
Uyathola? Ushiya ihotela nali ihotela.
Lenza imali already.
Lenza imali already.
Uqala phansi.
Wenza mina ngithanda amandiya kakhulu. Lessons from the Indians. Bamthatha mncane umntana bamfake the business. Akhulele khona and the Jews akhulele khona. That is what we are lacking with black people. Thola ukuthi a black person dies, the business dies with him or with her.
Yeah.
Then nobody can continue because the kids were not brought into it to work into it. And bakhona kuyihamba nayo baqhubekele phambili nayo when we are no longer there.
Yeah.
So it's very important that we must start them small. And nisekeleni into yokuthi I have my dream isebenza kakhulu ma professionals.
Yeah.
Umekhaya ngana building ngana
business. Yeah, you can go be a doctor or whatever.
You can be a doctor and be everything that you want.
And what had happened, if we're keeping it with, what compelled you or propelled you to write this book?
The reason why I wrote the book is because people were always coming to me, asking me, how did you do this?
Oh,
how can I do this?
Yeah.
How can I? Then I would spend an hour with a person in mahala.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, yenza so, uyahamba.
Yeah.
Then omunye afika, eminye hour it's gone with another person, eminye hour it's gone with another person.
Yeah.
And I thought, bazongiqaphaza labantu laba yazi. Awathatha isikhathi. Why don't I put everything once in the book, whatever that I want to advise and say to them, let me put it in a book. Because these are the things that I have done. This is not theory. I've gone through these things.
This is you didn't research things. You write. It's about you.
I did them.
Okay.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's things that I have done. And different businesses. I've done a lot of businesses. I've been a property developer.
Yeah.
It's another story for another day.
Yeah.
How I got into property development.
Yeah.
And how I got into. There's a lot in tracking and
yeah, I see it has about 37 chapters. Which of one? No, I just want to know one chapter or two chapters that are your favorite in the book.
At the end of this book,
yeah.
I'm not only speaking about business, I'm also a community developer. I ran my NPOs from 1987. It's still working today.
Okay.
It's a disabled center in Linville, Kwakuka.
Yeah.
I work with the disabled, physically challenged people since 1987.
Yeah.
And we have about 50 members who are going there every morning to work from the center. We have a branch in Extension 14 at the clinic. We call it Tembelile.
Yeah.
We work with the physically challenged from that area because we used to hire a taxi to bring them from to bring them here, Elinville. Then later in the years, we were joined by a lot of other people, social workers.
Yeah.
Natholama funding from SA Breweries and Highveld. Center center is on Extension 5. But that is now things that I do for the community. Yes,
because I wanted to ask how are you giving back to the community?
Yeah, that is what I'm doing. I also started an organization with another lady, anti-child abuse. We were working with the children for 20 years, protecting the children who are sexually abused. We would go to court with them, go to placards, get schools involved, go to schools, do puppet shows, go to communities, do puppet shows in the street. Then we go to that street, we letter all the families, come on this date, at this time, we will be there talking about sexual abuse. Yeah. Then all the members of the community, they come, then we teach them about it. And then abantwana ezikoleni nasenza ama puppet show, we identify abantwana aba sexually abused. You see them with their actions as we are doing puppet show lapha, you can identify them. Makupeli show, then we just go to them. Sala wena.
Wow.
Then when you start talking to the child, yo, umamami knows. I've been telling umama uthi sizodlani, uma sibophisa ubaba. Another lady who was tertiary, umama ke wathi, sozoqeda isikolo salubambelela. Umama ke salubambelela ukuthi uqede tertiary uzokhona ukusebenza and then sikhona baba khona then singambophisa after. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So children are going through a lot. We have done that for over 20 years. Until I'm really cutting on my responsibilities, but I still work with the physical challenge. I work with the drug abusers at Tembeni.
Yeah.
A center for those who are abusing drugs. Since 2020, I've been there volunteering, working with those guys, and then we have prayers that we do for women, getting women together, praying for, we have a project of praying in the mountain. Another pastor called Pastor Jeremiah. So every month on the 7th, we go there to go and just pray at the mountain. And so I'm doing a lot of community work. Next month in June, I'll be a speaker in a national conference in Pretoria for women in ministry, and they've given me a topic here, community development, to speak about it. How can we get involved and help our communities?
Yeah.
And doing that.
Okay. So your favorite chapter?
I do a lot of speaking. I do a lot of motivation. I'm invited most of the time. That's why I want to call almost the whole of April. I was
been busy. Yeah.
So those are the things I do. And I use this book to market Visit Vakasha.
Okay.
On purpose. It was intentional.
Yeah.
Visit Vakasha, events of Visit Vakasha, because I want to market the business itself as Visit Vakasha. I like the one that says you can start any business without money.
Okay.
Because that is the excuse that most people do.
Okay.
And when the chapter 11 says, I'm driven to learn from my failure. I learn from my failure. I take lessons from my failures. And I listed all my failures. I'm major. I listed those failures and how I came out of them and so forth.
Okay.
Okay. And that instead of competing with other people, collaborate with them.
Yeah.
You see now that we are collaborating. I said, next time you must come and do this in Visit Vakasha. That's collaboration.
Yeah.
You're not competing with anyone.
Yeah.
You are going to do your talk. He's going to do his camera work with Utemba. I'll be having my venue, getting an exposure, and everybody is benefiting.
Yeah, there's a space in this pie for everybody.
For everybody. Yeah. There's a pie for everybody. So never be greedy. Like a guest house itself. I have a number of rooms, but sometimes I get clients more than my rooms. What should I say to them? I refer them to other guest houses.
Yeah.
Now, but when they are full, because they refer to me. Yeah. We are collaborating.
Yeah.
We can take big deals. I remember some years back in Mpumalanga province, they wanted us to host 300 women, 1,000 women conference in Malahleni.
Yeah.
So all the guest houses who are involved. So it's collaboration. We grow in collaboration rather than in competition.
Okay. Yeah, so Mama, I'm just so sad that we have to rush this book thing, but how do you publish? Because I've read that there's self-publishment and you can go to a publisher. So I heard you said you published, you are a self-published. So what is the difference